I find it interesting, when we think about the attributes of God, that we like certain attributes more than others. We like certain attributes of God more than others. We actually like to keep those attributes for ourselves as well and not let God extend them to others. You know what I mean? You say, I want some mercy and grace for me, but then when God shows mercy and grace to people who are not you, especially the people who you don't like, then you're not as excited, right? You ever have that happen where, someone that you don't see eye to eye with that wronged you and you're mad at them and justifiably so because they did wrong to you? You turn around and all of a sudden God blesses them. And you're like, the audacity of God. Why would he do that? You just can't wrap your mind around it. And the more and more you get to know this God who is merciful and gracious, the more you realize, and I say this half jokingly, but the more you realize you can't trust this God who is so merciful and gracious that one minute he'll bless you, and then the next minute he'll bless people who are actually against you. And I think there's something in there that we really need to pull out and remember, and that is, sorry to say, God's not on your side. And God's not on your side, and God's not on my side. You know whose side God's on? God's side. And he'll bless, and he'll show compassion, and he'll show grace to whoever he wants to show compassion and grace to. We really don't need to concern ourselves whether or not God blesses that person. We just need to concern ourselves with whose side we're on, right? You might say, well, I'm not sure if I'm struggling with this. Think for a moment, just for a second, because that's all it'll take. If God chose to bless someone in your life that you know, close or not, would you enjoy it, or would you have the response of Jonah and be offended by it?